Today I'm going to tell you about the Florida Keys. The Florida Keys are a coral cave archipelago located off the southern coast of Florida, forming the southernmost portion of the continental United States. They begin at the southeastern coast of the Florida Peninsula, about 15 miles south of Miami, and extend in a gentle arc south-southwest and then westward to Key West, the westernmost of the inhabited islands, and onto the uninhabited dry Tortugas. The islands lie along the Florida Straits, dividing the Atlantic Ocean to the east from the Gulf of Mexico to the northwest, and defining one edge of Florida Bay. The Florida Keys were originally inhabited by Calusa and Tequesta Native Americans, and were later chartered by Juan Ponce de Leon in 1513. Key is derived from the Spanish word cayo, meaning small island. The Florida Keys were long accessible only by water. This changed with the completion of the Henley-Flagler Overseas Railway in the early 1910s. Flagler, a major developer of Florida's Atlantic coast, extended his Florida East Coast Railroad down to Key West with an ambitious series of overseas railroad trestles. 3 hurricanes disrupted this project in 1906, 1909, and 1910. The worst hurricane to strike the U.S. made landfall near Isla Mirada and the Upper Keys on Labor Day, Monday, September 2, 1935. Winds were estimated to have gusted to 200 miles per hour, raising a storm surge more than 17.5 feet above sea level that washed over the islands. More than 400 people were killed, though some estimates place the number of deaths at more than 600. One of the longest bridges when it was built, the 7-mile bridge, connects the Knights Key, part of the city of Marathon, in the Middle Key, to Little Duck Key in the Lower Keys. The pylon-supported concrete bridge is 35,862 feet, or 6.79 miles long. The current bridge bypasses Pigeon Key, a small island that housed workers built in Henry Flagler's Florida East Coast Railway in the 1900s that the original 7-mile bridge crossed. The Florida Keys are the exposed portion of an ancient coral reef. The northernmost island arising from the ancient reef formation is Elliott Key in Biscayne National Park. North of Elliott Key are several small transitional keys, composed of sand buildup around small areas of exposed ancient reef. Further north, Key Biscayne and places north are barrier islands built up of sand. Just offshore of the Florida Keys, along the edge of the Florida Straits, is the Florida Reef, also known as the Florida Reef Track. The Florida Reef extends 270 kilometers from Foley Rocks, just east of Soldier Key, to just south of the Marquesas Keys. It is the 3rd largest barrier reef system in the world. The climate and environment of the Florida Keys are closer to that of the Caribbean than the rest of Florida, though unlike the Caribbean volcanic islands, the Keys were built by plants and animals. The Upper Keys Islands are composed of sandy-type accumulations of limestone grains produced by plants and marine organisms. The Lower Keys are the remnants of large coral reefs which become fossilized and exposed as sea levels declined. The natural habitat of the Keys are upland forests, inland wetlands, and shoreline zones. Soil ranges from sand to marl to rich decomposed leaf litter. In some places, caprock, which is the eroding surface of coral formations, covers the ground. Rain fallen through leaf debris becomes acidic and dissolves holes in the limestone, where soil accumulates in trees' roots. The Florida Keys have distinctive plant and animal species, some found nowhere else in the United States. The climate also allows many imported plants to thrive. Some exotic species, which arrived as landscape plants, now evade and threaten natural areas. The native flora of the Keys is diverse, including members of both temperament families such as red maple, slash pines, and oak, growing at the southern end of their ranges, and tropical families including mahogany, gumbo limbo, stoppers, Jamaican dogwood, and many others which grow only in tropical climates. Coconut palms is endemic and can reach massive height and sizes across the islands. Key lime is endemic to the Florida Keys, growing vigorously and producing golf ball-sized yellow fruit, which is particularly and uniquely fragrant. Bougainvillea, hibiscus, and papaya flourish across the Keys, reach a massive size unequaled anywhere in the U.S. mainland. The Keys are also home to unique animal species, including the American crocodile, key deer, protected by the National Key Deer Refuge, and the Key Largo wood rat. The Keys is the northernmost range of the American crocodile, which is endemic from South America to Panama, north to the Florida Keys. The Key Largo wood rat is found only in the northern part of its namesake island and is the focus of management activities in Crocodile Lake National Wildlife Refuge. The climate of the Florida Keys is tropical savanna other than some areas of coastal Miami. The Florida Keys are the only areas in the United States to never report freezing temperatures. Since settlement, the record low in Key West is 41 degrees Fahrenheit in both 1886 and 1981, and low temperature below 48 degrees Fahrenheit are rare. There are two main seasons in the Florida Keys, a hot and wet season from June through October and a dry season from November through April that features little rainfall, sunny skies, and warm breezy conditions. The warm and sunny warm climate with average highs in the mid-70s and lows about 60 degrees is the main tourist season in the Florida Keys. Key West is the driest city in Florida, and most of the Florida Keys can become quite dry at the height of the dry season. The first undersea park in the U.S., John Pennekamp Coral Reef State Park, encompasses approximately 70 nautical square miles. While the mangrove swamps and tropical hammocks in the park's upland areas offer visitors a unique experience, it is the coral reefs and their associated marine life that brings most visitors to the park. Many enjoy the view of the reef from a glass-bottom boat tour, but visitors can get a closer look by scuba diving or snorkeling. It is located at 102601 Overseas Highway, Key Largo, Florida, 33037. National Key Deer Refuge is a 8,542 acre national wildlife refuge located on Big Pine Key and No Name Key in the Florida Keys in Monroe County, Florida. The Visitor Center is located at 179 Key Deer Boulevard, Big Pine Key, Florida, 33043. Thanks for watching this Adventurous Kids episode.